Hello and welcome back to Everyday English Talk, the podcast that helps you practice English for real life. I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben. Thanks for joining us today.
In this episode, we're talking about something that matters to all of us, the environment. More and more people are trying to live in ways that protect the planet.
That's right. Living eco-friendly means making choices that are good for nature, like recycling, saving energy, or using less plastic. But sometimes people think, I'm just one person. Can I really make a difference?
And the answer is yes. Small actions every day can add up and create real change.
Exactly. Today we'll talk about what eco-friendly means, how to make simple green choices, and how our lifestyle can help the planet.
We'll also share useful words and idioms to help you talk about sustainability in English.
And don't forget, you can download the free PDF transcript and practice exercises from the link in the description.
So here's a question for you. What's one small thing you already do to help the environment?
Think about your answer, and let's get started.
So Ben, before we talk about what we can do for the planet, let's start with the basics. What does eco-friendly actually mean?
Good question. Eco means environment, and friendly means kind or helpful. So, being eco-friendly means making choices that are good for nature, things that don't harm the air, water, or animals.
Exactly. It's about living in a way that protects the planet instead of damaging it. For example, recycling, saving water, or using less plastic.
Right. And it's not only about big actions like planting trees, it's also about small habits in our daily life. Every small change matters.
Yes, like bringing your own bag to the supermarket instead of using plastic ones, or turning off the lights when you leave a room. Those small things might seem simple, but together, they make a difference.
Absolutely. I think many people believe that living eco-friendly means making big sacrifices, but really, it's about balance. It's finding ways to help the planet while still living comfortably.
That's true. And it's not just about saving nature. It's also about protecting our own health. For example, when we reduce pollution, we breathe cleaner air. When we eat local food, it's fresher and healthier.
Good point. Living eco-friendly helps both the planet and people. It's about thinking long-term, not only what's easy today, but what's good for the future.
I like that. We're all connected to the environment, even if we don't notice it every day. The water we drink, the food we eat, the air we breathe, it all depends on how we treat the earth.
Exactly. That's why every action counts. Even small choices, when made by millions of people, can have a huge impact.
And I think it's important to remember that being eco-friendly doesn't mean being perfect. It's not about doing everything right. It's about doing something.
Yes. If everyone does a little, it becomes a lot. Maybe one person recycles, another uses public transport, another plants trees. Together, that's real change.
So, understanding eco-friendly living starts with awareness. It's realizing that our choices, what we buy, what we eat, how we travel, all affect the planet.
Right. Once we understand that connection, we can start making better decisions, step by step.
Exactly. Living eco-friendly isn't about being perfect. It's about caring enough to try.
And that's the best place to start.
So listeners, what does eco-friendly mean to you? Let's look at some useful words and idioms from this part.
First, sustainable. It means using resources in a way that doesn't harm the future. For example, we should find sustainable ways to produce energy.
Next, pollution. That's when we make the air, water, or land dirty. For example, car fumes cause air pollution.
Then we have recycle. It means to use materials again instead of throwing them away. For example, you can recycle paper, plastic, and glass.
Another one is waste. That means things we throw out or use carelessly. For example, we should try to create less food waste.
And finally, carbon footprint. It's the amount of pollution caused by your daily activities. For example, taking the train instead of flying helps reduce your carbon footprint. Great words for talking about the environment and green living. Try using them when you describe eco-friendly habits. Today's distinction is eco-friendly versus convenient.
Eco-friendly means making choices that help the planet, even if they take more effort. Convenient means what's easiest or fastest, but sometimes that's not good for the environment.
Exactly. For example, using a plastic cup is convenient, but bringing a reusable one is eco-friendly.
So the question is, what do you choose more often, convenience or care? So Ben, now that we understand what eco-friendly living means, let's talk about something everyone can do. Small daily actions that really make a difference.
Yes, because helping the planet doesn't have to be complicated. It often starts with the simple choices we make every day.
Exactly. For example, one easy change is bringing a reusable water bottle instead of buying plastic ones. It saves money and reduces plastic waste.
That's a great one. I also try to bring my own shopping bag when I go to the supermarket. At first, I used to forget, but now it's part of my routine.
Me too. Another small action is turning off lights and electronics when you don't need them. It saves energy and lowers your electricity bill. So it's good for the planet and your wallet.
That's true. I used to leave my computer on all night, but now I unplug it before going to bed. It's such a small thing, but when you do it every day, it adds up.
And don't forget about saving water. Simple habits like turning off the tap while brushing your teeth or taking shorter showers can make a big difference.
Yes, and if you can, try walking, biking, or using public transport instead of driving everywhere. It's good for the environment and for your health.
Absolutely. Sometimes people think their small actions don't matter, but imagine if millions of people made the same choice, the impact would be huge.
Exactly. It's like a ripple effect. One action inspires another, and soon it spreads across communities.
I like that idea. And you don't have to change your whole life overnight. Start with one small habit, and once it becomes easy, add another.
Right. Maybe start with reducing plastic, then focus on saving energy, and later try composting or recycling more. Step by step, you build an eco-friendly lifestyle.
And the great thing is that many of these habits make life simpler and healthier too. Eating local food, for example, supports nearby farmers and means fresher ingredients.
That's a good point. Eco-friendly choices often help us slow down and enjoy life more mindfully.
Exactly. Living sustainably isn't about giving things up. It's about living smarter and caring more.
Well said. Small actions, done with intention, can change the world little by little.
So listeners, what's one eco-friendly habit you could start this week? Let's review some useful words and idioms from this part.
First, reusable. It means something that can be used again instead of thrown away. For example, I always carry a reusable shopping bag.
Next, energy saving. It means using less electricity or power. For instance, energy-saving bulbs last longer and use less energy.
Then we have conserve. It means to use something carefully so it lasts longer. For example, turn off the tap to conserve water.
Another one is make a difference. It means to have a positive effect or impact. For example, even small actions can make a difference.
And finally, ripple effect. It means when one small action leads to many others. For example, her recycling habit created a ripple effect at work. These are great for talking about habits, environment, or lifestyle changes in English. Today's distinction is individual action versus collective action.
Individual action is what one person does, like turning off the lights. Collective action happens when many people work together, like a city banning plastic bags.
Exactly. One person might seem small, but when we act together, it becomes a powerful force for change.
Every big movement starts with small individual actions, and that's something to remember. So Ben, we've talked about what eco-friendly living means and how small actions can make a big difference. But let's be honest, it's not always easy, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's something many people struggle with. They want to be more eco-friendly, but sometimes it feels difficult or even expensive.
Yes, like when you go shopping and see that eco products often cost more. It can feel frustrating when you want to make a good choice, but also need to stay on budget.
That's true. But there are creative ways to live green without spending a lot. For example, buying second-hand clothes, borrowing items, or repairing things instead of replacing them.
I love that idea. Reduce, reuse, recycle. It's not just about money, it's also about using what you already have.
Exactly. Another challenge is convenience. Sometimes, it's simply easier to use disposable items or drive instead of walk. We live in a world that's built for speed, not for sustainability.
Right. But maybe we don't need to change everything at once. Even one small step is better than doing nothing.
I agree. People often think they have to be perfect to make a difference, but that's not true. Perfection isn't the goal. Progress is.
Yes, I like that. It's okay to make mistakes. Maybe you forget your reusable bag or use a plastic cup once in a while. The key is to keep trying, not to give up.
Exactly. The important thing is to stay motivated and keep learning. Over time, your habits will naturally change.
And it helps to connect with others. When you see friends or online communities doing eco-friendly things, it inspires you to keep going.
That's such a good point. Motivation grows when you share the journey. You realize you're not alone. Everyone is trying in their own way.
Another thing that helps me is focusing on the positive results. When I use less plastic, I feel proud knowing I'm doing something good for the planet.
Yes, and celebrating small wins keeps you going. Change doesn't happen overnight, but step by step, it becomes part of your lifestyle.
So, overcoming challenges is really about being patient, creative, and kind to yourself.
Exactly. The planet doesn't need perfect people. It needs millions of people doing their best.
Well said. Small progress every day is still progress, and that's what truly matters.
So listeners, what challenges do you face when trying to live more eco-friendly?
Let's look at some useful words and idioms from this part.
First, affordable. It means something that doesn't cost too much money. For example, many eco-friendly products are becoming more affordable.
Next, practical. It means realistic and easy to use in daily life. For instance, buying secondhand clothes is a practical green choice.
Then we have progress. It means moving forward or improving over time. For example, you're making progress if you recycle more than before.
Another one is motivation. It means the reason or energy that helps you keep going. For example, seeing clean beaches gives me motivation to use less plastic.
And finally, step by step. It means doing something gradually, a little at a time. For example, you can build eco-friendly habits step by step. These are great expressions when you talk about goals or challenges, not just for the environment, but for life in general. Today's distinction is perfection versus progress.
Perfection means trying to do everything right all the time, which can be stressful or unrealistic. Progress means improving little by little, even if it's not perfect.
Exactly. When it comes to helping the planet, progress is what really counts.
Right. Every small effort adds up, and that's how change begins. So Ben, we've talked about understanding eco-friendly living, taking small steps, and overcoming challenges. But there's one more important part: inspiring others.
Yes, Because real change happens when it spreads. One person's action can motivate friends, family, and even a whole community.
Exactly. When people see you bringing your reusable bottle or sorting your trash, it might make them think, hey, maybe I should do that too.
I've actually seen that happen. My coworker started bringing his own lunch in a reusable container, and soon, 3 other people at work started doing the same thing.
That's the ripple effect. One small action can influence many others without you even realizing it.
And it's not about being perfect or trying to teach everyone. Sometimes, quiet examples speak louder than words.
Yes, I like that. You don't need to be an expert or an activist. Just do your part with care. People notice kindness and responsibility.
And it's nice to celebrate progress together. You could start a small green challenge with friends or family, like a no plastic week or bike to work day. It makes sustainability fun and social.
That's a great idea. When people work together, it feels more possible and positive. You don't feel like you're alone trying to save the world.
Exactly. And over time, those little efforts lead to real results, cleaner neighborhoods, less waste, better habits.
You can even see the difference around you. Maybe your local park looks cleaner, or you notice more people using reusable cups. Those are signs that your actions matter.
Yes, and it's rewarding. Helping the planet gives you a sense of responsibility and pride. You realize that your lifestyle really can make the world better.
And I think that's what eco-friendly living is really about. Not guilt, but hope. Knowing that we can all be part of something good.
I agree. The more people take small steps, the bigger the change becomes. It's not one person doing everything perfectly, it's everyone doing something consistently.
Well said. We can't control the whole planet, but we can influence our own circle. And that's where real change begins.
Exactly. Inspire others, keep learning, and take pride in every small victory for the earth.
That's the spirit, caring, sharing, and growing together for a greener world. So listeners, how can you encourage others to be more eco-friendly? Let's review some useful words and idioms from this part.
First, inspire. It means to make someone want to do something positive. For example, her eco-friendly lifestyle inspired her neighbors.
Next, influence. It means to affect or change someone's behavior. For instance, parents influence how their children treat the environment.
Then we have community. It means a group of people living or working together. For example, our community started a recycling project.
Another one is responsibility. It means caring for or being in charge of something important. For example, we all share the responsibility to protect nature.
And finally, ripple effect. That's when one action causes many others to happen. For example, one person's effort created a ripple effect across the town. These words are great for talking about teamwork, leadership, and positive change. Today's distinction is talking about change versus taking action.
Talking about change means discussing what should happen. Taking action means actually doing something to make it happen.
Exactly. Both are important, but the planet needs more doers than talkers.
Right, even small actions are more powerful than big promises.
So, let's not just talk, let's lead by example.
So, let's take a moment to recap what we've talked about today.
We began by understanding what eco-friendly living really means. Making choices that are good for the environment. It's not about being perfect, but about caring for the planet through small, thoughtful actions.
Then we looked at daily habits that make a difference, using reusable bottles and bags, saving water and energy, or walking instead of driving. Every small choice helps reduce waste and pollution.
After that, we talked about overcoming challenges. Living green can be hard at times. It's not always convenient or cheap, but progress is more important than perfection. Every step forward counts.
And finally, we discussed how to inspire others. When you live responsibly, others notice and follow your example. Together, small actions create big change, like a ripple spreading across a pond.
So, living eco-friendly is not just about helping the planet. It's also about feeling proud, hopeful, and connected.
Exactly. Each one of us has the power to make a difference. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how your actions inspire others too.
The Earth will thank you, one choice at a time.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. We've learned that every small, eco-friendly action makes a real difference, not just for the planet, but for all of us.
Yes. Living green isn't about being perfect, it's about being aware, making small changes, and inspiring others to do the same.
Remember, you don't have to change everything at once. Just start with one habit and keep going.
And don't forget, you can download the free PDF transcript and practice exercises from the link in the description.
Thanks for listening to Everyday English Talk.
Take care, and take care of our planet too.